knots, runway 36 to land, vacate Sierra 2.
Okay, good morning. We're at Birmingham Airport. See our position on the plan here. And just there.
Good morning,
Back this way. Taxiing down here to this holding point. I'm not following any ATC instructions, although we do have some chatter going on in the background just to give it some ambience. When we take off, we'll be on the Rummy 1M departure. Straight ahead off the runway.
Left turn, to departure frequency 125.1055 040 degrees to north, runway 29 exit for takeoff at 1.
Clear for takeoff runway 29 and next frequency 125.055.
I'll show you the rest of the route in a minute, but when we return to Birmingham a bit later, we'll be following this ILS approach, runway 33, and we'll be coming up in this direction. Onto the ILS here. The ILS frequency 001, ident, India Bravo 9, and direction is 326 degrees, you can see. Just have a look in the cockpit for a moment. The flight management computer is already programmed, and just taking a closer look at that. We're taking off on runway 33. We've already input our weights and fuel and such like. Calculating we rotate 131 knots,
shall we ready final?
143 knots. We're using 5 degrees of flap at this engine setting, giving us a centre of gravity of 24.4%. If we just have a look at the legs and look at this display, so this is the equivalent of this here, following the magenta line, climbing ahead on 326. Making it to BBW02. And we'll be getting up to 6,000 feet. At BBW04 here, we must be between 3,000 and 6,000 feet and a maximum of 250 knots. So what that's telling me just there is that we must be 3,000 feet above. I probably will be 6,000 feet. After this we'll be descending again, but let's just step through the route. So there we go, and now moving down out towards Mach loop. Just change the
286, wind 260 degrees to north, runway 360 to land, vacate Sierra 2 or Sierra 2.
Step through. Here's our little journey around the Mach loop, and then we come back down this way.
Qatari 7 Whiskey Alpha Tower, hello, via Alpha Cross runway 29, continue Alpha Hotel, holding point.
Aiming for
runway 29 via Alpha, all the way holding point runway 30 Hotel to start 7 Whiskey Alpha.
These displays where they should be. This needs to be on the engine here.
So 286, vacate Sierra 2.
Step back. So we've got some fuel on, which is indicated there, 2 tanks, nothing in the centre tank. We've already calculated our takeoff performance over here on the electronic flight bag, and our V reference speeds are indicated just here on this display. This is our initial altitude, 6,000 feet, which we've got set here. This is That's the heading we're going off on, 326, and this is our V2 speed set here. As soon as we get airborne, I'll be engaging the autopilot, pressing some of these buttons and allowing the autopilot to do most of the work. I've got the automatic brake here set to projected takeoff position, and the engines at the moment are ready to start. Get out, push back to start. So where I can do that on the sim here, go to ground services, better push back.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
The parking brake is on.
Log 3904, 250 degrees 3 knots, runway 33 back.
Good left, runway 23, 390.
Let's have a look at the... Oops. Here we go.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
So here's the tug.
For 37 Whiskey Alpha, we are ready for departure.
37 Whiskey Alpha, dobrze? Qatar 7 Whiskey Alpha, line up runway 30 and wait.
Please line up and wait runway 30, Qatar 7 Whiskey Alpha.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Starting pushback and you may start engine.
Okay, let's go back into the cockpit. And we're starting engine 2 first, so I'm clicking that switch there. We'll start to see some changes here. Okay, so now we've got these increasing. That's exhaust gas temperature. We're looking for 25% here on N2, and then we can start fuel flowing. So I've just clicked this switch here up to idle. We've got exhaust gas temperature, we've got that N1 and stabilising, and this start switch has gone back to the off position. So I'll start number 1, you see the numbers increasing. Looking for 25% here.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake is set and fuel
Disconnecting
flow.
tow. Stand by.
So we have EGT rising, we have N1 rising. These are the rotation speeds, N1 and N2 on the turbines. So we have a good start on number 2, stable. Engine start switch has gone back to the off position. We have a good start on number 1 and stable. Turn those start switches to continuous for takeoff. So now that we've got the engines running, we can actually bring in the generators. We're running on the APU at the moment. So Gen 1 running, put the packs back on, put that to auto, that can come off, those can go on, and we can turn the APU off. We're now running on electricity from the generators. So exterior doors are closed, we have no lights here, this is the exterior door indicator. Fuel pumps are all on, centre fuel pumps we don't need because we're not using them. Hydraulics are all on, anti-collision lights are set on, and we'll set that one to steady. We'll have taxi lights on, runway turn off lights on. And if we look at the trim setting now, here's the trim wheel, and I've already set that to 4.75. So let's just go back to the overview, facing the right way. I need to set some flaps, flap 5 for takeoff, so that's stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, flaps 5. Put the flight directors on.
Clock 3932, wind 310 degrees for north, runway 33 clear to land. Vacate Sierra 2 with no delay.
Clear to land, runway 33, Sierra 2,
put these probes on.
3932.
We don't need any icing. The voice recorder on, trim air is on. Packs at auto, 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 auto. On 6,000 feet set. Packs here provide the air conditioning and the pressurisation. So at the moment we're set for a cruising altitude of 6,000 feet on auto.
Okay, 958 tower, down. Clock 3932, Sierra to ground, cześć, dzięki.
Okay, so flaps are set for takeoff. Trim is set for takeoff. APU is off. Just put the yoke back so you can see it. So full and correct movement, rudder. I'm going to get rid of that because it obstructs the view. So before taxi checklist, generators are on, probe heat is on, anti-ice as required, packs are auto, isolation valve auto. Engine start switch is continuous, recall, we're clear of indications, engine start levers are idle detent, flight controls full and free and correct, and ground equipment is clear. Just have a little look around. Oh, there's that tree in the apron. I must tell them about that. And we can taxi out. Park brake off.
For 2 with 360 degrees, 2 knots.
A little bit of throttle. And away we go. Steering malfunction there. The tug guy left the pin in. Got it out now. So let's just check flaps 5, auto brake, RTO, switches are continuous.
EGBB 4, low, cross runway 29 via Alpha, continue hotel hold for runway 33.
Just going to go straight onto the runway.
Alright, EGBB 4, cross runway 2911, hold short
traffic
of hotel 33 via Alpha.
So that's correct. After crossing, take Alpha 7 hotel, do not tax straight to the end.
Alright, we'll take Alpha 7 and do not taxi straight to the end of EGBB 4.
There with our steering, so 143, 326, 6000, RTA, sorry, 5 flaps, this bit closer, and we can put that display on the screen, continuous. Lights are on. I'll have strobe.
So, that's 1 to finish the
Plus 1 to tower, dzień dobry,
Looks okay here. Start the clock, go to throttle on.
CPS 4, expect departure in more or less 3 minutes.
Brakes off. And throttle up. Looking for 40% here. Then we can select Toga.
Traveler 7004, wind 070 degrees at 3 knots, runway 29 and keep immediate takeoff and 11805.
Set the speed to 250.
Plus 12, wind calm, runway 350.
We're about to make the turn. The gear is up.
Serviceable for jet aircraft. Only back. So do you accept back for
6,000 feet, 013.
We'll accept the back,
Fast, 250.
You get forward, so backtrack and line up
Held
via
down
hot.
and pilot.
Okay,
pilot's
confirm,
on.
now we are clear to back taxi 33,
We're heading out
line
now
up point.
towards
That's correct, yes, so that's correct. Backtrack now up.
GPS 4,
3,
back
that's
taxi.
us there. And then when we get there we'll be heading off to the right towards the Mach loop. At that point I'll also descend us to 3,500 feet.
Lot
didn't
1 to
put the-
contact ground. Thank you, goodbye.
TCAS on, so we'll turn that to TARA. TCAS warning's gone off.
Dzień dobry, tower do 380.
380 tower 0.
So we're just coming to Brummy 1.
Lot 3880, circulate runway 50, wind 310 degrees port.
Clear to the 380.
Just park that over out the way. Okay, we're making our right turn now to our next waypoint.
The August 1951, now less than 14. This 1951, good morning with 160 degrees, T knots, runway 14, to the left. 14 to the left. Okay.
This is the top of climb. We're already at 6,000, so not particularly relevant. But what I will do, I'll pre-select 3,500 feet on 1013. I'm just sticking with that. And now that we're established on that heading, I'm going to descend. So I've selected 3,500 feet and we'll do level change.
Thank you. Roger 56, contact departure, check.
And now the vertical speed look descending, and we're descending down to 3,500 feet.
220 degrees, T knots, runway 28, clear for takeoff.
Runway 28, clear for takeoff.
Sunset distance. Next waypoint is near Ludlow. Actually, this waypoint here, Edinburgh, to go down. Side because it's a bit noisy out there. Now we're just reaching 3,500 feet. Rate of descent is slowing. And we're at 3,500 feet.
One niner with 160 degrees, 2 knots, runway 14, clear to left. Runway 14 to the left.
We do have some passengers on board today. Very inviting, I have to say.
Contact departure, to the August.
Hello, August, I think.
Nice.
one.
I'll show you this display. So here's our payload, that's the fuel that we've got, which corresponds with this down here. And then this is our loading. On the flight planning software that I'm using, I just let it come up with some figures itself. I wasn't particularly bothered, but I could have set them to a very specific number if I wanted to. This is our loading and C of G values. I want this in a minute. I'll set it to 3.3 right now.
Yeah, that's 5 years old, so target morning line up, wait on the 28.
Line up the weight, runway 28, Canada 5
So
over.
3 our landing weight will be 58.2. And we'll land with 30 degrees of flat, brakes 3, which will give us plenty of stopping, plenty of clear runway.
7, wind calm, runway 14.
So let's just save a little bit of time later. So I can set that on the flight computer now as well. So 30 flaps at 142 knots, which will now appear over here on this display. We'll come back to that a bit later. The sun's right in our face. Now at this waypoint we're making a slight turn to the right. To the next waypoint, which is just there.
Runway 28, cleared for takeoff, Canada 50 volts.
Back. Oscar. So you can see we're moving into an area where there's quite a few wind farms.
So 819er, contact 811.55.
118.5,
Quebec, wind 230 degrees, speed up to 28, we can take off.
Set the range a bit further out than we can see. And there's my cutlass, that's part of the Mach loop. Satisfactory, fuel is okay, altitude, speed is okay. This is our radio altimeter here. In fact, in readiness for our arrival back at Birmingham, I'm going to set the minimum on the radio altimeter to 500 feet. Set to 500 feet.
Delta 258, right heading 150.
Notice also just here we've already got the correct frequency and 326 degrees dialed in for the approach to Birmingham. On the radios down here, here's our ILS frequency 1.0.1 and the number 2 set there as well. I'll just switch the sound on so that we can hear the ILS when it comes on stream. And so now we're getting into the tighter bit. I'll just go outside because it's a better view, but it's a bit noisier.
Goedemorgen, KLM 132, passing by level 133, descending 70, speed 219 above it.
here we can see Shopton in 25.5 miles and 17.26. Zoom as the time 17.21 at the moment, so just 5 minutes away.
AJ 957, reduce speed 200, heading 215.
Reduce speed 200, heading 215 at Jihad 9057.
Now we're going to join the
right heading 70.
You can see that at that point we need to be 2,000 feet above. This is our platform altitude here, 2,000 feet.
Can I just focus your 4, the end 70, tower 19230.
Glide slope at this point here. So, readiness for that, we're going to set 2,000 feet, preset it, and then we'll descend in a wee while.
Kilo 132, turn right 335, clear Dallas 2 drive.
Right heading 335, cleared highway
3.
133.
Got the heading set for the runway, and also these courses in case we need those. And in a little while I'll begin slowing us down. Runway is 328 feet
Right,
at
340
touchdown.
for down and 36 right at Jihad
So
957.
really that would be call it 350.
200 and then 3,000.
This is really not super necessary because we're well below 10,000 feet anyway, but if we were flying higher these have become very, very important, particularly getting that right, otherwise the cabin wouldn't be pressurised correctly.
5 to Fox, heading 235, descent level 45.
Hey, 235, descent level 45, jump 5 Fox.
Engine start switch is still on continuous, I left them there deliberately, a bit lazy. Still got all the lights on, I'll leave all of those on. Shopton 10 miles.
Kilo heading 210.
Heading 210, okay, that's 28 kilo.
Canada Juliet and right 270 station.
Do have windscreen wipers if you need them. Here's Shopton, 6 miles, 17.27, which is 2 minutes.
Kilo 196.
Kilo 1916, 36 right, Charlie descent level 45.
This right, Charlie, 45, yeah.
I think as we're fairly low already, I'll descend to 2,000 feet when we get to Wellersbourne.
2 kilo reduce now 180.
Which 180 get up to 8 kilo?
Kilo 1916 heading
Check that they're all programmed. Yes, they are.
Get a 190.
Come headed Julius and right 340, okay, I'll have to be
It's taking us right down to the runway. Shot in 1 mile. Flying in there once upon a time. I've set the weather in this. I could be using download weather to be fair, so just constantly high clouds. Not setting any precipitation again anyway. Let's go over Leominster. And Wellersbourne, 42 miles, 17:37. So we've got 9 minutes.
Kilo 1916 heading 245, descend 2000, 1014.
Heading 245, descend 2000, QH 1014, KL up mile 1916.
Kilo 177 descend level 45, island to the right, facing charge.
It's still okay. This is the fuel flow here, left and right engine. And plenty there to get us to Birmingham. Fuses there. Anything is
2
actually
kilo,
work.
you are 4 behind the break tower 11930.
19230, KL up to 8 kilos.
Oxygen masks. Here.
Average Bravo 177, continue, present heading.
Present heading here, but not
Get 5 to book, right heading to 80.
280, KL up fast.
So this is our navigation system. Main setup. This is the oxygen for the passengers and for the crew. Basically navigation here, flight controls here, fuel here, electricals here, electricals here including the supply, incentive lights, fossil seatbelt lights, hydraulic pumps, electric and engine driven, and the pressurisation and oxygen system. All our lighting is just down there. Ah, there's the moon.
Level 258, left heading 070.
070, level 258.
Level 258, left 030, clear out as runway 361.
070, clear the ILS 36 right, Delta
25 miles to run as well as Bournemouth.
So speed 180.
Thank you.
5
Get a 4 to
minutes.
Alpha, descend to 2000, speed 180.
2000, speed 180, get a photo on.
Just going across. There's the top of descent there.
11855.
V now, just to see whether we actually follow this pathway. Engines are spooling down a bit.
From 125, small 955.
Flight management computer's actually got altitude and speed restrictions in there, so we'll see if it actually picks up on those.
This is 181, is every side at 146 miles.
Runway 1, suitable now, mid-street, wind 01, degree, 3 knots, runway 14, clear to land.
Clear land 14, switch 180.
Oh, this looks like the uniform island.
Incoming Billy 6 on the uniform, pre-sitting 777 short, final call from wake, wind check at 360 degrees, 2 knots, start, fall of excellent clearance.
Yes, I just put the uniform back to you.
Turkish 8 Charlie Foxtrot, wind is 360 degrees, at 3 knots, runway 28, get clear for takeoff. Disarm, there's no traffic to access.
Runway 28, clear for takeoff to Turkish 8 Charlie Fox.
Left 6 Hotel Uniform, wind 01 degrees, 3 knots, runway 14, clear to land.
I just put the uniform, clear to land, runway 14.
Well, I want to get down a bit quicker, so I'm going to level change, and I'm also going to start slowing it down.
November 904 Golf,
So 200 knots set, we are descending,
14, clear to land 904 Golf.
speed's coming down, and we are below our flat limiting speed, so we can put a little bit of flap out as drag on one flat 2.
Yeah, runway 14, just
Between 5 to low belt, now hello, land.
Flap out, flap 5, slow it down a bit more.
EGN 50 Delta, increases will be 4 knots, runway 28, clear for takeoff.
2,000.
Have you taken the first bus at
2,500.
EGN 50 Delta, wind 30 degrees, 4 knots, runway 28, clear for takeoff.
Yeah, for takeoff, runway 28.
Right, we're beginning to pick up the ILS there, that was the Mach. I'll hear it better when we get
EGN 50 Delta, contact departure, bye-bye.
Honor departure, EGN 50 Delta, bye.
pathway. Coming up to 2,000.
Bravo 9 feet.
Waypoint, which is on the Bravo 9 feet, and seeing us coming into it there.
Bravo 4, cross on 35 left.
Right, we'll just hear the Morse coming in. Slow things down.
Contact module, this is Phoenix Airport 2, subject area 735 right.
The upper 62 has a shift and 135 right, and 3 feet of the breeze exhaust.
Clear to land runway 35 right in airport.
Traffic over there, that's departing traffic. Right now. Some of the masts are in our distance. DME to the Indian right.
Chief of Delta Tower, hello, line of runway 28.
Line of runway 28 Turkish, 6 normal turn.
Flat. Throttles doing all the engine controls here.
Yankee Alpha request disc 08 right for short right and circuit.
Okay, then report ready for departure, 08 right. Traffic is on downwind, Maganin on 2000.
Traffic inside and Yankee Alpha is ready for departure for short right and circuit.
Nice.
Yankee Alpha, short right and circuit approved, 08 right.
Right, approved Yankee Alpha.
That's the runway just there. Select approach at this stage. Slow things down a bit more.
Tower, looks like for Franco's tower.
Gear down. Flat. These diamonds here, that one and that one to come alive. This is the localizer, this is the light. That's the runway. Some short tails.
7201 Tower, hello, continue approach.
LS. That's the localizer coming online.
Travel 10.35 będzie dzień dobry.
Better aligned. Set this to 500.
Travel 7201, wind 1602 knots, runway 38, grounded, battery battery.
So now on the localizer, lights that come in.
3 knots, runway 26, take to left.
Heading is correct, options correct. Start switches on continuous, lights are on.
Lots, take up in terminal today.
45 busy again.
1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
This was a slight crosswind approach, which made 5 knots.
Lot 68, wind 1504 knots, runway 6 to land. It's landing,
Approaching minimums. 500. Minimum. 400.
Dzień dobry, Enter 58 Whiskey November.
300.
Enter 58 Whiskey November, okay, dzień dobry, expect random.
200.
Bit low.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Enter 58 Whiskey November, 1504 knots.
Travel 7465, contact range 121-905, Navigator.
12105,
Those on. Off. Steady. Flaps are up, brakes off.
Alex 7 Bravo Golf, wind 120 degrees, 6 knots, runway 11, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 11, Lot 7 Bravo Golf.
Alex 7 miles, Taxi Tower, good morning, continue approach.
Lot 7 Aramaki.
120 degrees, 6 knots, runway 11, clear to land.
Clear to land, 11, not 7 dynamite. Mike, my name is Arnold.
Hello, thanks for Mike, dzień dobry, continue approach. Allowed 8 Zulu Mike, wind 120 degrees, 5 knots, runway 11, clear to land.
Yes, and 11 knots, 4, eyes on Mike. Good morning, China 737, we are wake approach runway 11.
China 737, tower, good morning, continue approach.
Approach runway 11, China 737.
Charlie Lima, continue tower, dzień dobry, line up runway 15, and wait. Air China 737, wind 130 degrees, 7 knots, runway 11, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 11, Air China 737.
Tower, witamy, lot 7 Golf Tango, establish snap 11.
Lot 7 Golf Tango, tower, dzień dobry, continue approach.
Continue approach, lot 7 Golf Tango.
China 737, vacate runway to the left via November 1 and contact ground 121 decimal 905, thank you, good day.
Okay, that's November 111 decimal 905, good day.
Let's 7 Golf Tango, wind 120 degrees, 7 knots, continue approach, runway is not located yet. Let's 7 Golf Tango, clear to land, runway 11.
Tower loss 3910, dzień dobry.
Lot 3910, continue tower, dzień dobry, continue approach. Vector 4 Charlie Lima, wind 120 degrees, 7 knots, runway 15, clear for takeoff. L1 contact approach 128.1805, then you go.
Casi Tower 518, establish L141.
Mach 518 Tower, dzień dobry, continue.